What's up guys, it's BLACKJACKSKILL here. I'm going to make a quick video of some products that I have built. These are coffin tables, or coffee tables. They're coffin coffee tables. Made both of them by hand. As you see, they're a little different. But I'm just going to review them real quick, things I like, things I don't like. This one is my personal one in my room. This one I made for a client who saw mine and wanted me to make them one. So it's almost done. Just wanted to kind of show you guys a review of them. So here's mine. It's full of my N64 games at the moment. On mine, I went with a purple and black scheme. So if you look, I have this leafing here that I traced all in purple paint. Got little coffin handles. I put locks on mine. The other one won't have locks. And this opens up. Has a chain holding it. This I still need to fix so that you don't see the wood and screws underneath. This is plexiglass. If we look inside, let's move some of these games. I have a purple felt aligning the whole thing. And I just keep my N64 games in here for display so I can see them, and friends come over, they can pick them out easy. Underneath we have a switch for the LEDs, and they are purple LEDs to match the scheme, of course. The LEDs are hidden under this trim that goes around the whole thing. Not perfect 100%, but it is as close as we could get. The hinges, this is how they had to be mounted. So there is mine. I'm going to show you guys a couple more things. So with the locks, little padlocks. Here's my legs. These were repurposed. Now let's move on to the other one. This one, she wanted red and black. So, as you see, it is red and black. I got these feet from a furniture auction. They were on a coffee table, and I won the auction for 10 bucks. And then I just took the legs off, took the old stain and clear coat off to bare wood, and repainted them. So they look pretty awesome, I think, nice and shiny. And they're claw legs, which I think just really ties together with the whole coffin scheme. And I painted the ball underneath each one of these red to just give it an extra pop and really show off the claw itself. Now this one's, as I said, not 100% done. Has red felt. So here's a question for you guys if you're watching and you know. These cuts are all greater than 90 degrees. And if you're making like a standard picture frame, you're going to have 4 corners of 45 degrees. Well, they're going to be 90 degrees, but your cut is going to be 45. And that's how you get even and make a square on a picture frame. The hardest part of making these is doing the trim around the plexiglass. Because this is more than 90 degrees, your cuts will not line up. Anything less than 90 degrees, they will. So that was a pain. So what I did was I just cut it kind of like 45 degrees, like a 50 and a 45 or something, whatever lined up best. And I tried to line up the inside as best as I could. The outside, this piece here, the corner would come out to about here, like a ½ an inch, and I just cut it off. And then sanded it down to kind of match this. And it's a lot of work and kind of a pain to do that. So if anyone has a better way to do borders around angles that are more than 90 degrees, put that in the comments or link a video or something so I can see how to do it a little better. This one also has the same hinges. And the chain is not set up yet because the chain that I bought was a little short, so I have to go get another one. So we'll open it up. Like I said, this is like brand new. The paint is even still a little bit sticky, even though it's been drying for 2 days. Now, this one I did differently than the other one. As you see, the walls still have to be lined with felt. So I don't know. These things are confusing when it gets to the top. When you're making the box itself, it's pretty straightforward on the cuts. When you're doing the legs, pretty simple. It is doing the glass tops that's the hardest part. You have to cut the glass perfectly. I use a Dremel to cut my plexiglass. It works pretty good. And then the border is the hardest part, because you can't just put, I mean, you could put straight plexiglass, but if you want it to open up and look nice and presentable, you gotta put a border on it. So that is really one of the hardest parts. Other than that, I gotta say I like the red one a lot better than mine, even though mine lights up and the red one's not gonna light up. I like the shape of it better. Mine's kind of a taller coffin. And then this one, I brought the these corners right here going across, I brought it down about 1.5 inches. And I think it gives it more of a coffin look. Even though they're both coffins, mine's a little taller or longer looking, even though they're both the same dimensions height wise. I gotta say I like the red and black better. I was gonna make mine red and black, but I decided to change it up and go purple and black. And I gotta say I love the red feet. The red balls on the claw feet is probably one of the coolest parts. Although it took a whole day to complete that. Because they were painted black originally by me when I painted the rest of it black, I had to first paint every single ball white. And when you're painting white on black, the first like 5-6 coats are gonna be pretty much clear until you start showing white. Once the white comes in, I had to make them as white as possible so that when I started putting the red coats, the red would be as bright as possible. And it worked out pretty good, but it took about a whole day of just back and forth painting, letting it dry, painting, letting it dry, with I don't know how many coats of white and red. But it's worth it in the end because it looks pretty awesome. Gives it that extra pop. All I have to do is add those handles to it, fix the hinges a little bit, add the chain, and finish the red felt, and this one will be done. This one is done, except for the little bit of border that I want to clean up on the inside. So yeah, these things are pretty cool. I think these are the only two I'm ever going to do glass tops until I figure out a better way to do them. So I'll probably be making hard tops, because with a hard top you can just cut it out the exact shape and then use a router and make a nice design on the edge. And there you go. And you're done. Stain it real nice or something. But with the glass tops take a lot more work. Although I do think they look a lot nicer, they are a lot more work. So there it is. These are my coffin tables. I got the idea when I saw a coffin bookshelf. I needed a coffee table for my room, so I said let's make one. And then like a couple days before we were about to make it, it just hit me. I said let's make a coffin. And then I went online. Apparently some other people had the same idea, but I did my own take on it. And this is what I came up with. So I hope you guys like them. If you know how to make better borders for angles that are bigger than 90 degrees, let me know. And yeah, tell me what you think about these. And I'll see you guys next time. But here's some stuff I got. We got the Jug Edition fridge. We've got a bunch of Zelda games here in this little shadow box. We got the gold. Then we got the Japanese versions in this little shadow box I got.